One of the most important things for you to do with Paper 1 and Paper 2 is make sure that you have a thesis statement. This tutorial is going to take you through how to make sure that your thesis statement is a good thesis statement for either of those exams. The first step that you need to take when you're getting your exam paper party started is to check, do I even have a thesis statement to begin with? If the answer is no, then you need to go back and revisit the text from which your thesis statement would need to derive. Without a thesis statement, your paper is not going to have an anchor. It needs that anchor in order for it to sail its way to the examiner. If you do think that you have a thesis statement, there's a few steps that we need to take together to make sure that your thesis statement is a strong enough thesis statement to deliver a great score in either Paper 1 or Paper 2. If your thesis statement is one that no one would or could challenge, it's not a strong thesis statement. A strong thesis statement has to be something that you need to argue, that you need to convince your reader of. If there's no argument to be had, you need to go back to the drawing board and start brainstorming for your thesis. You also need to check whether or not you have plenty of evidence from your text to support your thesis statement. When you go back through the texts, are you going to have plenty of evidence to be able to prove your point, to be able to develop your argument? If you don't have a lot of evidence, you need to go back to the drawing board again. Avoid being Captain Obvious. No examiner needs to read in your paper you saying things like, in my opinion, I think, this is my idea. They get it. We know that this is your thinking, or at least we'd hope it's you thinking. The final test that your thesis needs to endure is the so what test. Ask yourself whether or not anyone would care about the idea that your thesis is posing. So, do I have a thesis statement? I hope you have a very strong thesis statement. Remember to keep checking those thesis statements for their strength.